Sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, this works.
Steady now.
Hopefully Claude won't get killed by Edelgard, won't get one-shotted by Edelgard like he did by Dimitri. I'm gonna, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure Edelgard can't even get Claude. Why hold out any longer? Right, Edelgard. Sorry, you're going down.
I knew when next we met, one of our paths would have to come to an end. Your journey ends here, Professor. Forever.
You want to bet?
I lost. Just as expected, you aren't making my path an easy one. I must retreat for now. We'll meet again on the battlefield.
Even in an ugly battle like this, it's important not to lose heart. We have to take pride in our victory. We did it, Teach. Now we can move forward to our victory.
Claude's the MVP, huh? Why is Claude the MVP? Why is Claude the MVP? I don't get it. It's not like he didn't do anything, but
Edelgard retreated. I suppose she lives to be defeated another day.
That's fine.
I suppose a win is a win, regardless of the circumstance. Some of our allies are injured, but can still fight. We'll just have to accept this outcome and press onward. Still, the battlefield looks awful. And I wonder what became of the Kingdom Army and Dimitri.
I saw him.
Who? Dimitri?
He was completely different from how I remember him. He looked like a crazed demon while he was fighting. He pursued Edelgard as she retreated, but he didn't get far before he collapsed. I saw him surrounded by Imperial troops and pierced by their spears. I'll never forget it. He deserved a better end.
What? He died?
Dimitri. He went through so much to make it here, only for his efforts to be in vain.
I can't even begin to understand what Dimitri must have been feeling, but...
Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is where the story differs, because in the Blue Lion route, you play as you fight with Dimitri and you defeat Claude, and later in that route you go like rescue Claude when Dimitri goes back, quote unquote, goes back to normal, and like you help rescue Claude when he was being attacked by Hilbert, but like in the Golden Year, Dimitri just dies right here on this field. Okay. Because Claude never dies in the Blue Lion route. Like, he just leaves. He pieces out. He leaves. Like, so... What? Dimitri just died. Okay.
There must have been some other way. Why did he have to go like that?
And his vassal, Dedu. Did he fall as well?
I don't know.
Your Highness. Your ambitions are my own now.
Oh, please don't do this to do.
When you Edelgard's head, I swear it.
Oh, come on. Really? Don't ruin the dude. Don't let the dude act like Dimitri.
Trouble sleeping?
It's understandable.
Anyone would be shaken after such a brutal battle. If you're having trouble sleeping, you should drink some warm milk. That's a thing, right?
Must you treat me like a child, simply because I'm awake a bit later than usual? Actually, I can hardly muster any indignation right now. I wanted to tell you that I noticed something odd during that battle.
What was it?
There were some strange mages among the ranks of the Imperial Army. Did you notice them?
The one wearing a mask? I don't know.
That's
They all look the same to me.
I have seen people dressed just like that before. It was a long time ago. House Ordelia was involved in a rebellion that took place within the Empire 18 years ago. After it was quelled, all of the key officials were caught and put to death. The Empire sent replacements, who they used to take control of House Ordelia. Among the people sent by the Empire were mages dressed in black, just like those we saw in battle.
If they're Imperial mages, it makes sense that they would wear the same clothing, right?
Yes, but the mages from back then and today, I do not believe they are from the Dresdian Empire.
Are they kingdom mages? I don't know.
No. I got the impression that they were from somewhere else. Somewhere completely separate from Fódlan. There's more. Those mages imprisoned the children from my house and performed horrible rituals on them. Blood experiments.
Lysithea, you can't mean... even you?
Yes. All of the others were deemed failures. They all died. Even I... It doesn't matter. The point is that those monsters possess dreadful knowledge and power. I just thought you should know the sort of people who have allied with the Empire.
Blood experiments. Does that remind you of anything, Teach?
The incident with Flame, the incident with the Flame Emperor. I don't know what incident you're talking about here. It's obviously Flame.
Exactly. There was that secret group who abducted Flame and extracted her blood 5 years ago. The people involved back then were Tomas and Monica.
Yeah, they're working with
Their
Edelgard.
true names were Solon and Kranya. So, that eerie group has been slithering behind the scenes in the Empire for a while now. Lysithea, thank you for sharing all that with us. One day we will uncover the truth of who those people really are. We've managed to invade Empire territory and emerge victorious in our first battle. I hope to maintain our momentum and push onward to Enbom, the Imperial capital. Unfortunately, we are not legendary heroes in a fairy tale. Our stamina has limits. The longer we fight, the harder the fight will become. It will take immense effort to secure the supplies and soldiers we need to prevail.
Boy, you better not be saying this is as far as we go.
Of course not. However, the road ahead leads deep into enemy territory. It'll be a difficult journey, strewn with hardship. I can't guarantee that we'll make it out alive. If anyone wants to leave, now is the time to do it.
I shall accompany you to the very end. After all, someone must step up to take leadership should you fall.
I'm coming. The future of my village depends on this. Besides, I have to protect the professor. For Captain Gerald.
I'm not going anywhere. Because of the Empire, my little sis can't live in peace.
We can't leave the future of Fódlan to others. I'm sure that everyone here feels the same.
The Knights of Seros are prepared to keep fighting the Empire until we rescue Lady Rhea.
So, what? We're all supposed to take turns saying we'll do our best until the very end? And what about you, Mary? What will you do? I'll fight too. Fine. Fine. I suppose I'll tag along too, until the bitter end.
It's an honor to keep fighting alongside such stalwart allies. Right, Teach?
Expect nothing less from my students. Expect nothing less from my students.
Hey now, when you put it that way, it almost sounds like you're just praising praising yourself.
Huh.
Alright. Now that I know where each of you stands, I'm going to return to Alliance territory for a while. I intend to report this victory to the Alliance Lords and draw out even more support from them. Our next battle will be even more challenging, so brace yourselves for that.
I should write to my brother. He'll want to hear about our victory.
Your brother, Lord Holst? How is he these days?
Oh, he's doing great. I even got a letter from him before the last battle.
Do we even ever get to meet this Holtz?
What's this? Lord Holst come here?
Finally.
That would be a most reassuring development.
Sadly, it sounds like my father was against the idea. They want him to stay in case they need to fight the Almirans.
Their logic is sound, though it is vexing that the Alliance's greatest general cannot join us on the front lines.
We should be glad that Holst is staying behind.
Do we ever get to meet this guy?
No guarantee that the Imperial forces won't try to launch a surprise attack from the Old Kingdom territory.
If you have something you need to talk to my brother about, I'd be happy to send a letter.
No, that's okay. I'm just glad to hear he's doing well. Please send him my regards.
What was the point of that little scene right there? Like, I thought they was gonna say House is coming to, next month, but he's not. So what was the point of that?
Part 2. Verdant Wind.
The Golden Scheme.
String Moon. The Golden Scheme.
Okay.
Claude leverages his victory at the Battle of Granda to secure reinforcements from Alliance Lords. Meanwhile, the Imperial Army continues to tighten its defenses at Fort Perseus in anticipation of an attack on the Imperial capital.
Lethithia. Sure. I think this is the last one with Lethithia too.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead.
You should get some rest.
I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay?
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time.
What do you mean?
I believe I've mentioned that House Ardelia was, at one time, being controlled by people from the Empire. During that time, strange people, mages perhaps, came and performed rituals on all the youth within my family. With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, until the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color. During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood. One morning, I awoke like this, a shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that two crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened. 5 more years at most. Perhaps less.
How awful.
Shortly thereafter, the mages lost interest in me. and we never saw them in the Ordelia household again. Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory. After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for, but I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass.
Wait, like, Edelgard's hair was also white. And like, in the Dimitri's flashback, we learned that like, it wasn't always. Did they do the same thing to Edelgard? Huh. Too soon to give up.
It's not like what's been done to me can be undone.
Because Edelgard's hair wasn't, like, in the flashback, it wasn't white. Yeah, okay. Let's find a way to undo it.
Professor. The only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow. But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. Even if it were, I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crest.
We'll find a way.
You sound resolved. I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own. Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, I think they did the same thing to Edelgard. Okay, that's interesting.
Our objective is Enbar, the Imperial capital. But our greatest obstacle lies before that.
And what's that?
Fort Mercius. If we can't pass through, we won't be able to reach Enbar.
Fort Mercius, the impregnable fortress, or so it's called.
If I recall correctly, it's sometimes referred to as the stubborn old general.
It is a massive fortress that was constructed to protect the Imperial capital.
The Imperial troops we defeated passed through Fort Mercius and retreated to Enbar. Right now, Fort Mercius should only have its usual defensive forces to contend with.
We should attack quickly.
Yes, it would be good to finish up here before more enemy reinforcements arrive. The only real question is what our fearless leader intends to do.
Sorry for the delay, everyone. Those mewling lords kept me from leaving for quite some time.
So, were you able to secure additional reinforcements?
It's gonna have to wait until next month. It doesn't look like they can afford to keep supporting us at present.
Then what should we do about Fort Mercius? Do you plan on waiting around?
No, if we wait until next month, the enemy will have bolstered their defenses. That said, the prevailing theory is that you need triple your enemy's forces to take a fortress with a frontal assault.
Right. That's what we were taught at the academy. And this is Fort Mercius we're talking about. It's renowned for its strong defenses.
Our current army isn't nearly strong enough. What to do?
Whatever you do, just don't ask us to scale those huge walls. We'd end up dead when they hurl rocks down at us.
Yeah, no thanks. If only someone would open up the gates for us from the inside.
Unfortunately, we don't have any spies in here. Wait a minute. I've got it. Sneak in, stir up confusion, and open the gates ourselves to let our allies in.
Right, that's what I was saying all along.
Right, nice one, Hilda. But how do you propose we go about sneaking in?
Disguises? If we dress up like Imperial soldiers, maybe they'll think we're allies and let us in. Do you really think they'd just open the gates for us? I'd be pretty dumbfounded if that worked.
No, she's on to something. It's a good idea, Hilda. We just need to refine it a bit, and we'll be in there before we know it.
Really? Go me!
What is your definition of refining the idea? I know your go-to strategy is nausea-inducing poison, but...
Oh, I maybe ate too much. My stomach hurts.
Raphael, why are you eating meat during a war council?
So, fearless leader, I'm guessing you're going to keep the crucial parts of your scheme under wraps until the time comes, aren't you?
You know me so well, Judith. Whether we like it or not, this war puts a damper on all of our spirits. What's wrong with trying to have a little fun every now and again? Just leave the details to me.
Okay, this is definitely new. This part of the story. Alright. Looks like we don't have to fight anyone during this month. Unless there's a quest that asks me to fight, I'm not going to do any more rare monsters. I think my level's high enough. Like, it's almost level 40 on all my party members. Like, Lawrence is the one that's lowest, and he's already at 35. So I think I'll be fine here. I think I have some rusted things I can sell. And support. Whom? Alright, Leone, is that the last one? Yes, it is. The Balthus and also Constance. Okay, cool. Do that later. Check out the item first.